In the previous live stream, you said that Islam teaches that Jews and Christians will bear the sins of another.
Yep, Sahih Muslim, open it up. Go to sunnah.com. Don't play games now. In fact, I'm going to give you the link and you're going to read it, right?
Okay, sure.
But you're going to read it, right? You're not going to play games with me. You're not going to insult, so we can keep respectful, right?
I'm not the one insulting, but
I know your prophet did insult. If you want to go there, don't let me show you where your prophet insulted people, cursed people, made an orphan girl cry. Don't play that game. Focus and start reading for me.
Okay, Abu Musa reported that Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, said, when it will be the day of resurrection, Allah would deliver to every Muslim, a Jew or a Christian, and say, that is your rescue from hellfire.
Now read the next hadith, 6666.
Abu Burda reported on the authority of his father that Allah's apostle said, no Muslim would die, but Allah would admit in his stead a Jew or a Christian in hellfire. Umar took an oath by one besides whom there is no God, but he thrice that his father had narrated that to him from Allah's Messenger.
Now read 6668.
Abu Burda reported Allah's Messenger as saying, there would come people amongst the Muslims on the day of resurrection with as heavy sins as a mountain, and Allah would forgive them, and he would place in their stead the Jews and the Christians.
Okay.
Yeah, I finished it.
Okay, so what did you just read? Allah's going to do to Jews and Christians?
It looks like, it sounds like Allah is going to place the sins of Muslims on the Jews and Christians.
So where was I lying?
The thing is that the Quran explicitly says that no one should bear the burden of another person's sin.
Not according to chapter 5, verse 29. No, that's not true. It's talking about Muslims who are burdened with sins. You will not carry each other's sins, but an unbeliever who's damned to hell, Allah will load the sins of Muslims on them. That's chapter 5, verse 29. That's what Abel told Cain will happen to him, because Cain was an unbeliever, a murderer. And he says, and by murdering me, Allah will then place my sins on you, and you'll be punished for your sins and mine. Chapter 5, verse 29, Surah Al-Ma'idah. Open it up and read.
Okay, yeah, I have it right here.
Read what Abel, by the way, if you want to read the context, don't start at 29, read 27 to 32.
Okay, sure. Yeah, so this is chapter 5.
Ma'idah, Surah Al-Ma'idah, 27 to 32.
Okay, relate to them in truth, O Prophet, the story of Adam's two sons, how each offered a sacrifice. Abel's offering was accepted while Cain was not. So Cain threatened, I will.
And by the way, where do you get the word Cain and Abel? It's not in the Arabic.
I'm reading like a physical copy of the Quran.
Yeah. But you know, in the Arabic, the word Cain and Abel are not there.
But does it mention that it's Adam's two sons?
Yeah, but what are their names? If you follow the Quran, what are their names?
It's Cain and Abel.
Where does the Quran say it's Cain and Abel?
I'm not sure, but that's just how it was translated.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that you know that the translation you're reading, it doesn't say Cain and Abel. The Arabic doesn't have Cain and Abel. That's some English that's inserting those words. And what are the Arabic names of Adam's son? It's not Cain and Abel. It's Habil, Kabil.
Okay.
You know this, right?
No.
Okay, no. I thought you know this. Well, hold on. How long have you been a Muslim?
I just became a Muslim.
May Jesus Christ save you. Then you made a big mistake and you're on your way to hell, but may Jesus save you. That's good. There's still hope for you. Anyway, you've been deceived. That's okay. Thank the Lord that he brought you here. Number one, the Quran does not have the word Cain and Abel in the Arabic. Number two, the Arabic names for the sons of Adam in tradition, not in the Quran, is Habil and Kabil. I want you to go and ask your Imam, where in the world did you get Kabil as the Arabic name for Cain, when Cain in Arabic is not Kabil? But just ask him, and I'll read now. Surah 5, 27 to 32. Keep reading.
Okay, so I'll just continue. So Cain threatened, I will kill you. His brother replied, God only accepts the offering of the sincerely devout. If you raise your hand to kill me, I will not raise mine to kill you, because I fear God, the Lord of all worlds. I want to let you bear your sin against me along with your other sins. Then you will be one of those destined to the fire, and that is the reward of the wrongdoers. Yet Cain convinced himself to kill his brother, so he killed him, becoming a loser. Then God sent a crow, digging a grave in the ground for a dead crow, Then God sent a crow digging a grave in the ground for a dead crow in order to show him how to bury the corpse of his brother. He cried, alas, have I even failed to be like this crow and bury the corpse of my brother? So he became regretful.
Yep, and read all the way 32.
Okay, sure. That is why we ordain for the children of Israel that whoever takes a life, unless as a punishment for murder or mischief in the land, it will be as if they killed all of humanity. And whoever saves a life, it will be as if they saved all of humanity.
Okay, now.
Although our messages... Oh, sorry.
You can. That's fine. Now, what I want you to do, I just sent you another link to an article I wrote about this passage. Click on it.
Okay, sure.
It's going to open up. When it opens up, let me know.
Yeah.
Okay. I quote Abdullah Yusuf Ali, and I'm going to give you a link where you can read Abdullah Yusuf Ali online. You see it? Where you see it, I quote the story in the Abdullah Yusuf Ali translation.
Yeah.
Okay. You see the part where it says, for me, I intend to let thee draw on thyself my sin as well as thine. You see what Abel said to Cain? It's right there in bold. I put it all bold in capitals.
Yeah. That's right.
Okay. For me, I intend to let thee draw on thyself my sin as well as I, meaning my sin will fall on you and your own sin. Okay, now, so again, you don't take my word for it. Scroll down. You're going to see I give you Pickthall and also Arbery. When you go to Pickthall and Arbery, right there, you're going to see, I quote 529:32. There in Pickthall, another Muslim translation says, lo, I would rather thou shouldest bear the punishment of the sin against me, meaning the sin that you will have to be punished for, and my sin that I'd be punished for will be against you, because then Allah will not punish me for my sin. And in case you still don't get it, you see Arbery, I desire that thou shouldest be laden with my sin and thy sin. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Now, in case you still don't like these translations, I'm going to give you Tafsir al-Jalalain online. Online, the two Jalals from a Muslim website. I want you to look at it. Here it is. Let me give it to you, so you don't take anything I say for granted. So you don't say, oh, he's a Christian, he's a liar. That's okay. You can say what you want. Click on that for me, James.
Okay, sure.
This is the two Jalal. They're Muslims. They're not Christians. They're not Jews.
Yeah.
Okay, now they're now telling you what the passage means. Can you read what they say?
Okay, sure. I desire that you should end up with my sin, the sin of slaying me, and your own sin.
Did you catch it?
The one,
before you move on,
yeah.
Three things. My sin will fall on you. The sin of killing me will fall on you, and your own sin. So do you now accept that according to the Quran, Allah can transfer the sins of a believer upon unbelievers whom he damns in hell?
It sounds like it from what
Yes.
you showed me, but like God knows best.
Okay, that's fine. But you've already been brainwashed into saying Allahu Alam. What were you before you became Muslim?
I was atheist, but my parents were Christians.
And you broke your parents' hearts by becoming Muslim, huh?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
so
did.
you admit, at least you admit. Hopefully, if you're still honest and open, you're going to go back to Jesus, Muhammad's Lord and Judge, not a Savior. It's too late for him. Now, I'm just going to use your Quran. I want to use your Quran. That's it. Now, do you have your Quran ready?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Go to chapter 4, verse 24 of the Quran, Surah
Okay.
An-Nisa. We're just going to have discussion about your Quran. I'm going to use your Quran to show you that Muhammad is a person not worth you following, and that even the Jesus of the Quran is better than Muhammad, even though I don't accept the Jesus of the Quran. But first, I got questions. You can go to your Imam and have him call me. I'll have a discussion with him. But I want you to first see, so then you can ask, hey, Imam, what's going on here? How come you didn't tell me these things? Chapter 4, verse 24, Surah An-Nisa 4:24. Read that for me.
Okay, sure. So also forbidden are married women, except female captives in your possession. This is God's commandment to you. Lawful to you are all beyond these, as long as you seek them with your wealth in a legal marriage, not in fornication. Give those you have consummated marriage with their due dowries. It is permissible to be mutually gracious regarding the set dowry. Surely God is all-knowing, all-wise.
And now you understand what this is. In verse 23, 24, it's telling you forbidden sexual relations, right? Here are the woman you can't touch, right?
Yeah, when I did read the whole Quran this Ramadan, and when I got to like this verse, I understood it as like a law at its time, that it's not.
It's what?
That it's a commandment from God to
do what?
the Muslims at the time. Like at the time.
Where does it say at that time? So you mean right now you can have sex with a married woman because it's only for that time?
No, but
that's your logic, James.
No, but
listen to before you. I'm not trying to cut you off. Repeat your logic to yourself. Notice what you just said. Let me repeat your logic to you. This command was for the Muslims at that time, but in this command, it's telling Muslims at that time, you can't have sex with a married woman. So if you're now going to be honest, it's only for that time they couldn't have sex with a married woman. That means they can now?
No, but I'm just trying to say that these verses, specifically these, were given to the Prophet at the time when he moved to Medina. So that
means, let's go with your logic. So when it tells you don't have sex with, let's say, your wife's daughter, that was only for that time, so now I can have sex with my wife's daughter?
No.
So even though it's given at that time, it still applies to all Muslims until the end, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So now read to me 424 one more time.
Okay, sure.
The first part.
Also forbidden are married women, except the female captives in your possession.
Are you okay with that? Because I just gave you a link. Click on Sunan Abu Dawud, number 2150 from sunnah.com, not the Christians. This is click on it, and you see it's Sahih, sound. Read it for us. Why was this verse revealed to your Prophet?
Okay. Abu Sa'id al-Khudri said, the Apostle of Allah sent a military expedition to Attas on the occasion of the Battle of Hunayn. They met their enemy and fought with them. They defeated them and took them captives. Some of the companions of the Apostle of Allah were reluctant to have relations with the female captives because of their pagan husbands. So Allah, the Exalted, sent down the Quranic verse, and all married women are forbidden unto you, save those captives whom your right hand possesses. This is to say that they are lawful for them when they complete their waiting period.
Yeah, meaning to see if they're not pregnant. So let me be very honest with me. Don't lie and put on a show. So if the Muslims have a caliphate, let's say there's a legitimate Khalif, let's say, because you're waiting for the Mahdi to come. The Mahdi comes, the one that your Prophet said will be from his bloodline. He'll reign for 7 years. He'll unite the Muslims. His name will be Muhammad. And then he says, Muslims, let's attack the kuffar. They come and attack your place where your father and mother are alive. They take your mother captive. According to this verse, they can have sex with your mother. Are you okay with that?
No.
Say it again?
No.
So are you okay that your Prophet did it to other people's mothers and sisters and daughters at his time? You're okay with that?
No.
Okay. And you became a Muslim in light of this?
No, I didn't know about this.
Okay. So now that you know how disgusting Muhammad is, when you're going to turn away and say, I made a mistake. I left the beautiful Jesus for this son of the devil. Okay, now that's just the beginning of your problems. Go to chapter 65 of the Quran.
Okay, sure.
65 of the Quran. Yeah.
Okay.
I want you to read verses 1 to 3 just to start with. Verses 1 to 3.
Okay, sure. O Prophet, instruct the believers when you intend to divorce women, then divorce them with concern for their waiting period. And count
Now
it
slow down so I
accurately
can explain, because the Imam obviously didn't explain this to you. Let me explain what you're reading. This is called the iddah, the waiting period. When a man marries a woman and he has sex with her and he divorces her, the woman has to wait. It's called iddah before she can remarry. So here it's talking about divorce and remarriage. How long is the waiting period for a woman who's been married, had sex with her husband, and divorced? Read it for me.
That's not mentioned in the first verse, is it?
Read it in. Read it again. Read it slowly.
Okay.
That's why I say don't rush through. Read slowly. You're going to see.
Okay. O Prophet, instruct the believers when you intend to divorce women, then divorce them with
Divorce
concern for their
women?
waiting period.
You caught it?
Yeah.
So it's about divorce. So then you divorce women, then what?
Then divorce them with concern for their waiting period and count it accurately and fear God your Lord.
So it's a waiting period when you divorce them, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that's the iddah. We'll get there in a minute. Now keep reading 2 and 3.
Okay, sure. Do not force them out of their homes, nor should they leave unless they commit a blatant misconduct. These are the limits set by God, and whoever transgresses God's limits has truly wronged his own soul. You never know. Perhaps God will bring about a change of heart later. Okay, so this is verse 2.
Now read verse 3 slowly. Don't read fast because you're not going to understand what you're reading. Read slowly.
Okay, do you want me to read verse 2 or?
Yeah, read 2 and 3. And when you're finished 3, then you're going to see why I'm telling you to read slowly. So you can understand what you're reading.
Okay, sure. Then when they have almost reached the end of their waiting period, either retain them honorably or separate from them honorably. And call 2 of your reliable men to witness either way, and let the witnesses bear true testimony for the sake of God. This is enjoined on whoever has faith in God and the last day. And whoever is mindful of God, he will make a way out for them and provide for them the sources they could never imagine. And whoever puts their trust in God, then he alone is sufficient for them. Certainly God achieves his will. God has already set a destiny for everything.
Now you understand what it's saying. So after the waiting period, either you can take them back or you let them go and Allah will provide for the one you've divorced. So you get the context now, right?
Yeah.
A woman who's been divorced has to wait. It's called the waiting period before she can remarry. That's known as the iddah. Now, don't lose your place in chapter 65 because I want you to go to chapter 33, verse 49 of the Quran.
Okay.
Because you're going to see something, because now I got another problem that you're going to have to explain to me. 33 verse 49.
Okay, this is 33:49.
Yes.
All believers, if you marry believing women and then divorce them before you touch them, they will have no waiting period for you to count. So
read it one more time. Slowly. Read it one more time. Oh, you believers, if you marry women but have not touched them, do they have to wait?
If you marry believing women and then divorce them before you touch them, they will have no waiting period for you to count.
So there is no waiting period, right? If you haven't had sex with them.
In the translation I'm reading, it says if you marry believing women.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll keep believing them. If I marry a believing woman, but I have not touched her and I divorce her, does she have a waiting period or she's free?
No, she doesn't have
a waiting period. But then 65 verses 1 to 3, what about those believing women that you did touch? Do they have to wait?
Yes.
Okay, good. Now go to 65 verse 4. Read for me 65 verse 4.
Okay, so as for your women past the age of menstruation, in case you do not know, their waiting period is 3 months.
Okay, stop. No, don't go any further, because you got to understand. If you have a woman that you're married and she's now menopause, she doesn't have periods. So how long should she wait? 3 months, right?
That's right. Yeah.
But then read the next line slowly.
And those who have not menstruated as well. As for those who are pregnant...
Wait, you read it too fast. Why'd you rush through that? And those who have not what?
And those who have not menstruated as well.
Whoa. You're telling me your Quran saying that Muslim men can marry girls who haven't even menstruated, haven't had their periods? It's right there. Read it. You read it too fast, almost like you were scared to read it.
Yeah, I've read it. It's yeah.
And so please tell everyone you're okay with your God allowing men to marry minors, young girls, premature girls who haven't had periods, who haven't had their menstrual cycle, and have sex with men who will then be divorced for other men to sleep with. You're okay with that? This is in your Quran.
No.
This is for all ages until the end. It hasn't been abrogated.
I don't know.
So imagine you had a 9-year-old sister and a 30-year-old Muslim man wants to marry and have sex with her. And in Islam, Sharia, that's lawful. Are you okay with that?
No.
You sure you're not okay with it?
No.
Okay, what about a 54-year-old? A 54-year-old man marries your 9-year-old sister and has sex with her while she's playing with dolls.
No, but
before you say but, are you okay with that?
No, that's not right. But
what? So it's okay for your Muhammad 54-year-old to sleep with 9-year-old Aisha. That's what you're going to say?
No, I don't believe that happened. I believe that she was at the age of maturity.
You want to bet she's not? There's not a single hadith in Bukhari, Muslim, Sunan Abu Dawud, Tabari, Ibn Kathir, Qurtubi that says what you said. They all say she was 9, she hadn't had her period, which is why she was allowed to play with dolls. Please don't deceive yourself. And I'll give you the hadith if you want. Hadith after hadith.
I understand that there's these Sahih Hadiths, right? But there's scholars even today. I don't know the names.
Give me one scholar. Here, let me do it. Don't give me a 20th century or 21st century scholar who's humiliated by what your prophet did. Quote to me a single scholar from the 8th century, 9th century, 10th century, 11th century, 12th century, 13th century, 14th century, that said Aisha wasn't 9 years old when Muhammad mounted her.
I can't quote any right now, but...
let me give you an article where you can't, because I'll tell you what Ibn Kathir just said. I just gave you one article, but let me give you another one. Ibn Kathir, you know why? They were not living at a time where the kuffar were the majority and they had social media, so they could be honest because they didn't give a damn what others said, they could kill them. But conveniently in the West, when the Muslims are outnumbered by unbelievers and media, oh no, she was not. All of a sudden, she wasn't 9 years old. Okay, let's see. Hold on. Okay, let's see. Now, here is the article where I quote all the major hadiths. All the major hadiths. Bukhari, Muslim, Sunan Abu Dawud, Ibn Majah, and it's all online at sunnah.com. And I quote Tabari. Now, I'm going to send it to you, and I'm going to ask you to do me a favor. Click on that link. Okay, click on that link.
Okay, yeah.
Now, do Command F and put in IBN space Kathir, Kathir.
Okay, Ibn Kathir?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you get to that section?
Yeah, I'm here.
Do you see it says Yunus bin Buqayr?
Yeah.
Read it for us. Read that entire section. Slowly, but please do it slowly, because if you go fast, you're not going to catch it.
Okay, sure. Okay, Yunus bin Buqayr stated from Hisham bin Urwa, from his father, who said, the messenger of God married Aisha 3 years after the death of Khadija. At that time of the contract, Aisha had been a girl of 6. When he married her, she was 9.
How old?
She was 6 when she got married.
So, no, not married. When she contracted marriage 6, when did he marry her?
9.
Okay, now read it. Keep reading.
Okay, so the messenger of God died when Aisha was a girl of 18.
Okay, keep going.
Okay, yeah. So this tradition is considered
unique in this line, meaning it has a unique chain. But keep reading.
Okay, sure. Al-Bukhari had related from Ubayd bin Ismail, from Abu Usama, from Hisham bin Urwa, from his father, who said Khadija died 3 years before the emigration of the Prophet. He allowed a couple of years or so to pass after that, and then he contracted marriage with Aisha when she was 6. Thereafter, consummating marriage with her when she was 9 years old.
Okay, another one that says 9 years old, another chain. Okay, now read. Keep reading.
Okay, what Urwa stated here is mursal.
Yeah.
Okay. Incomplete, as we mentioned above, but in its content, it must be judged as
muttasil, uninterrupted, meaning that there is no flaw, no weakness. It is a perfect it's a perfect matan story. But keep going. But anyway, forget what I'm saying, because this is the paragraph I want you to read.
Okay. His statement: he contracted marriage with Aisha when she was 6. Thereafter, mating marriage with her when she was 9, is not disputed by anyone.
Repeat that again.
As well as it's not disputed by anyone.
Now, let me tell you when Ibn Kathir wrote this. He wrote this 700 years after the death of your prophet in the 14th century. And he says, no one, no Muslim scholar, no jurist, no hadith scholar disputes this. And now we're finish it.
And it's well established in the Sahih collections of traditions and elsewhere.
So why do you Muslim scholars in the 21st century dispute this when Ibn Kathir, 700 years after the death of your prophet, said nobody, no Muslim scholar disputes this? So you guys trying to play games with us?
Keep
reading. Finish it. Keep reading.
Okay,
keep
sure.
reading slowly. Keep reading.
He consummated marriage with her during the second year following the emigration to Medina. His contracting marriage with her took place some 3 years after Khadija's death, though there's disagreement over this.
Yep.
The Hafiz Yaqub bin Sufyan stated Al-Hajjaj related to us that Hamad related to him from Hisham bin Urwa, from his father from Aisha, who said, the messenger of God contracted marriage with me after Khadija's death and before his emigration from Mecca when I was 6 years old. After we arrived in Medina, some women came to me while I was playing on a swing. My hair was like that of a boy. They dressed me up and put makeup on me, then took me to the messenger of God, and he consummated our marriage. I was a girl of 9.
Are you okay with that? This is Aisha telling you, I had hair like a boy, I looked like a boy, I was playing on a swing, and then the messenger of God took me and consummated marriage. Man, he had sex with me when I was 9. You're okay with that? You're okay with a 54-year-old taking a young girl who had hair like a boy, so she looked like a boy, being sent off after playing on swings to go in bed with a 54-year-old man who now is going to penetrate her? Tell me you're okay with this. Yep, I thought so. So here you have a religion that says men can marry girls who haven't had puberty and have sex with them and divorce them so other men can marry them. And then your prophet, who's 54 years old, had sex with a 9-year-old who's playing on swings, according to your testimony. But then it gets even worse. How old was Aisha when your prophet died?
She was 18.
So are you okay that your prophet left his wives widows? Aisha was 18, never being able to marry ever again and have children, because the Quran in chapter 33, verses 53 to 54 says that no one can marry any of the wives of Muhammad after his death. So not only did he take her when she's 6 and then have sex with her when she's 9, he then left her widowed at 18. She could never marry and have children, and she lived way beyond her 50s, and he left her in that condition. And you're okay with that? Please tell me you're okay with that. Convince us you're okay with that, because you left the beautiful Jesus, the Son of God, who didn't rape anyone, who didn't sleep with any minor, whose apostles did not sleep with minors or take people captive and rape them. You left that Jesus for Muhammad.
I didn't believe that he was God.
Why? Because you have every right to tell God what he can and cannot be? Really? Okay, now let's talk about Jesus in your Quran. Are you ready?
Sure.
Okay. Since I already told about Muhammad, let's go to your Quran. Go to chapter 3, verse 42 of the Quran.
So 342?
Yeah, of the Quran. Now we're going to talk about, now again, just for the record, James, I don't believe this is the real Jesus or the real Mary. But since you believe the Quran, you believe this is Mary and Jesus. That's fine, so we'll just go with it. Chapter 3, verse 42. I want you to read that for me.
Okay. And remember when the angel said, O Mary, surely God has selected you, purified you, and chosen you over all women of the world. O Mary, be devout to the Lord, prostrate yourself in prayer, and bow along with those who bow down.
One more time, read it. Read 342 one more time.
Sure. And remember when the angel said, O Mary, surely God has selected you, purified you, and chosen you over all women of the world.
Wait. Allah chose Mary and preferred her above all the women of the world?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, now I have a question. You're aware that the only woman mentioned by name in the Quran is Mary, Jesus' mother, Mary, right?
That's right.
You're aware that according to the Hadith, Sahih Muslim, Muhammad's mother is burning in hell, right? Oh, you didn't know this? You didn't know this?
No, sir.
Okay, let me give you a Muslim admitting this, and I'll give you the Hadith. I'm going to give you a YouTube clip. Asim, he is a Salafi Muslim scholar who answers questions online. I'm going to play it for you, but first, hold on. Asim al-Hakim. I played it a couple weeks ago, and then I'm going to give you the hadith from Sahih Muslim. Okay, well, let me just get it for you, so you can hear it from the horse's mouth. Okay, here you go. Let's get it. Okay, here it is. I'm going to play it for you. Hold on. Why are the Prophet's parents in hell? Asim al-Hakim posted December 13, 2020. Let me get you the link, and then I'm going to give you Sahih Muslim. I'm going to give you Sahih Muslim because he's going to quote Sahih Muslim. But first, let me get you the link so you don't think I'm making it up. So when I give you the link, click on it, but don't play it. I'm going to play it so people can hear it. Here it is. Okay, click on that link. I'm not lying. All the links I gave you, save them and read them later in your comment. Okay, you see these links? Now click on the last one, but don't play it. Just pause it.
Sure.
Okay, when it opens up, let me know.
Yeah, it's open.
Okay, do you see the title? What does the title say? Read it for me.
Why are the Prophet's parents in hell?
And this is a Jew or a Christian?
This is, I think he's a Muslim.
Of course, Sheikh Asim al-Hakim. Now let's play him. Listen to him clearly. It's 3 minutes. Okay, let's listen.
Sure.
I'm playing him.
Fourth question, why are the parents of the Prophet ﷺ in hell? This question you do not ask me about. This question is something that the Prophet himself alayhi salatu wassalam, told us about, and the hadith is in Sahih al-Imam Muslim. His father, a man came to him and said, "O Prophet of Allah, where's my father?" So the Prophet said, "Your father is in hell." How did the Prophet know? Allahumma salli wa sallim alayhi. Because Allah told him. So the man did not feel well about the answer. The Prophet said to him, "Your father and my father are in hell."
Wow.
And in another hadith, the Prophet wept one day, alayhi salatu wasalam. So they asked him, "Why are you weeping?" He said, "I sought permission from Allah to seek forgiveness for my mother, and he denied me from seeking forgiveness for her." Which means that, in accordance to the ayah in Surah At-Tawbah, that the Prophet and the believers are not permitted to seek forgiveness for those who died on idol worshipping, even if they were next of kin. End of story. Now, this was the Prophet's fatwa, alayhi salatu wasalam, not mine, not Sheikh XYZ. It was from the Prophet himself, and it's not in a dubious book. It's in Sahih al-Imam Muslim, the most authentic book alongside with the Bukhari after the Quran. So why this is not our issue or problem? Because this is from Allah Azza wa Jal. It's a revelation. You can say that maybe because the people of Mecca had the religion of Ibrahim. This is why they were performing Hajj, they were doing Tawaf, and they had the original religion of Ibrahim of worshipping Allah on Tawheed. And his son Ismail was their forefather. And there was the religion of Judaism and Christianity, which they could have adopted anyone. So these religion of monotheism were there, but they failed to choose it. So those who failed to choose it would end up in hell. This might be a reason, I don't know. What I know is what the Prophet said to us, alayhi salam, we have to believe and comply, and Allah knows best.
So are you okay that Muhammad, who you were deceived into thinking is the greatest man and the seal of the prophets, his mother and father are burning in hell?
I didn't know about this, but no,
Are you okay
I
with
don't
it
know
now?
how to explain this.
Are you okay with it now?
I don't know.
Okay, now, I just gave an article I wrote on this. It says Muhammad's family in hell.
Yeah.
Click on it.
Okay.
And you're going to go to the hadith. In the hadith, I give you the link where you read it online. So the Muslims say, "Oh, Sam, he's a kafir, he's this and that, don't trust him, Allah damn him." What I want you to do is you put Command F and you put Sahih Muslim, and it's going to take you to the hadith. When you find it, let me know.
Yeah, sure. Okay, yeah, I found it.
Okay, now click on the link where it says https://sunnah.com. You see it?
Yeah, there's many of those.
Okay, but the one you're going to see is going to say 36 chapter. The Prophet asked his Lord permission to visit the grave of his mother. Click,
Yeah,
keep going until you get there. Did you get there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, now I give you the link to sunnah.com where you read the hadith on the Sunnah site, not my article, because someone say, "Oh, it's this article, he's lying." Click on that where it says https://sunnah.com.
Sure.
Okay, what did it take you to?
I'm at sunnah.com, the book of prayers.
Okay, read it. Read the hadith.
Sure. Abu Huraira reported Allah's messenger as saying, "I sought permission to beg forgiveness from my mother, but he did not grant it to me. I sought permission from him to visit her grave, and he granted it permission to me."
Now you got it, right? So the Sheikh wasn't lying. I'm not lying, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Muhammad's mother is burning in hell. Now go back to the article. Go back to the article.
Okay, sure.
When you get there, you're going to go to the hadith about his father. I'll tell you where it is. Let me just get there. You're going to keep scrolling till you get to, it says chapter 86, he who died with unbelief. When you get there, you'll find it. You see it?
Yeah, I see it.
Click on the link, searchtruth.com. Click on it.
Okay.
Okay, it opened up to search. This is a Muslim site that has Sahih Muslim. Read for me 0398.
Sure. Anas reported, "Verily, a person said, 'Messenger of Allah, where is my father?' He said, 'He is in the fire.' When he turned away, the Holy Prophet, called him and said, 'Verily, my father and your father are in the fire.'"
So are you okay that Muhammad's father is burning in hell and his mother is burning in hell, but Jesus' mother is the greatest woman that God created? Let me ask you another question. If Jesus is just an ordinary man, like Muhammad, why is Jesus' mother the greatest woman, but Muhammad's mother is in hell and his father is in hell? What makes Mary so great if Jesus is simply a man?